was going to be drafted. I was a student at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois. I'm a Saluki. And I had finished all of my undergraduate requirements, and I had done a very good job of interviewing for media jobs in my senior year. And I had two job offers. One job offer from a news operation, AM/FM news operation in Illinois, and then the other one was, believe it or not, a TV anchor job. Now, I was a 20-year-old kid, right? TV anchor position in Jacksonville, Florida. Well, of course, I was going to Florida. Had everything packed up. All I had to do was go to St. Louis and fail what was called the induction physical exam. In other words, I had played the selective service game right up to the last minute. There was no other way that I could possibly delay being drafted unless I failed the physical examination in St. Louis. Well, I had two cards to play. And mind you, this is 1969. Folks, by 1969, the vast majority of people in this country realized that the game was lost in Vietnam. So the fact that I was trying to avoid the draft doesn't make me a special case at all. Everybody was trying to avoid the draft in 1969, right? We wanted to get on with our lives, right? And this is a time when every young man in the country of a certain age had to sign up for potential military conscription. That's what the draft was. So I had two cards that I could play. One card, eyes. Nearsighted in one. What's the other one? Farsighted in the other. Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you. I have friends who will not drive with me at night. I have an interesting approach to depth perception. The Renaissance never happened for me. So I had that going for me. And oh yes, the gay thing. Now here's how the gay thing could keep you out of the draft. There were various questions on a questionnaire that they gave to each guy. Imagine all of us lined up in our underwear, and they give us, mine were fashionable. So they give us this form, right? This form to check off things. All right, now one of the things that you could check off was membership in the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. Now, if you know your Spanish Civil War history, you know that the Abraham Lincoln Brigade was made up of lefties, Americans, who went to fight in the Spanish Civil War, which means in 1969 I would have been 70 years old. So that was not a good option. Right? Although my heart really was with the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. But another option was homosexual tendencies. Now that was the only option.
Think about that for a minute, in the world we live in today. He
Yeah.
was asked to check a box before military service, asking him whether he had, and he's being literal here, homosexual tendencies.
Tendencies, right? Tendencies. Now at that point in my young life, it was more like a trend than a tendency. It's not that I was just sort of leaning that way. I was a fully paid up member of the homosexual tribe. And it took a lot of practice to get there.
Hard work, but somebody had to do it, right?
So I checked off homosexual tendencies, and then I was interviewed by a shrink. And the interview went on for about 15, 20 minutes, and the guy, I was so stupid. Because I didn't reach across the desk and just kiss him. Instead, I answered honestly. Questions like, well, do you like women? I said, well, yeah, sure, I like women. Who doesn't like women, right? I like women. Have you ever dated women? Well, yeah, doesn't everybody? And dumb. And on the document, and I have this document, on this document, he is trying to avoid service in Vietnam, which was true. And then another item that he is pretending to be a homosexual. damn. And so within 20 minutes, poof, I was in the Army. So I called my buddies back in